Tariffs. In the last few weeks, there's been a ton of back and forth on tariffs. Just last week, the Trump team put a 10% tariff on all imports from China, and in response, the Chinese put a 10% tariff on exports from the United States. Trump also threatened a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada, though they backed down on that at the last minute. International trade can seem like one of those topics that is very far removed from your everyday life, but it very much does affect us here in North Carolina for two big reasons. The first is that we buy stuff from other countries and they buy stuff from us. Most of the goods and services that North Carolina produces are bought by other Americans, but international trade still makes up a big chunk of our state's economic base and jobs. In 2023 alone, North Carolina exported $42 billion worth of goods internationally, and that trade supported 128,000 jobs across the state. The amount of international trade North Carolina does has been growing for years, and it's going to keep growing. Canada, China, and Mexico are North Carolina's three biggest trading partners in that order. Together, they make up about 45% of all goods exported. Most of the stuff that North Carolina exports is manufactured, but agricultural exports are a really big part of it. In fact, for North Carolina farmers, international trade is a much bigger part of their business than it is for other industries. About a quarter of North Carolina's whole agricultural output is sold to international trading partners, and most of that is pork, chicken, tobacco, and soybeans. A lot of Canadian bacon is actually from North Carolina. And that's great. Everyone loves having customers. People like buying our stuff, and we like making money selling it, so it's a win-win. International trade is a big deal not only because we produce a lot of stuff, but also because we have a big international port at Wilmington, too. So international trade is actually a bigger part of our state's economy than for many other states. Now, tariffs. Tariffs are import taxes that consumers pay. The whole purpose of a tariff is to increase consumer prices. So if I put a 25% tariff on an imported good, then that good's price goes up by 25%. And if another country puts a 25% tariff on my good, then the same thing's going to happen to consumers there. And consumers nowhere like paying higher prices, so they'll just consume a little bit less, and that's economics 101. Putting tariffs on Canada in particular is going to raise gas prices, and the reason is because Canada is our biggest source of imported oil by far. So if you raise the price of Canadian oil, our gas prices are going to go up the same way. Raising tariffs on our biggest trading partners, including our closest allies, is going to raise consumer prices, and it's going to hurt North Carolina businesses. It's going to really hurt North Carolina farmers while pissing off our international friends. So I don't know. Sorry, Canada.